A Smart Cookie. Dory John and Pete Oswald are the authors, and probably the illustrators, I would assume. Greetings, I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. You all see that? Okay. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supporting place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, eh? You guys ever been into a bakery before? What's the best thing about a bakery?
They're sweet.
They're sweet. What else?
Bread.
Bread. What's the when you walk into a bakery, what's the first thing you notice?
The smell.
The smell. I love the smell of a freshly cooked donut. So, and there's the donuts and cupcakes and tarts and everything else running around. These days, life is sweet, but my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers. A cookie who felt confident in a group. And a cookie who said, aha, when solving a puzzle. Like this, aha. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Mrs. Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. Does that ever happen to you guys? It's okay. I still have that trouble. And I was the last to finish most of the tests. It wasn't because I didn't care. And it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I get distracted. I still get distracted. I'm sitting down in the mayor's office doing my work and I'll see a car go by that I want to look at. I don't like it. I'll get distracted. I'll pick up my phone and start getting distracted. I got to put it down. So that happens to me a lot too. Sometimes I get distracted and mess up even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time I added when I was supposed to subtract. Occasionally we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that's what it felt like. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And it went this way day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. I wouldn't like to sleep in a cookie jar, would you? Not with 6 dozen roommates, that's too many. It all started with a homework assignment. Mrs. Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original. She announced, it can be anything you want. Bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There were no further instructions. Mrs. Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Due tomorrow? Gulp. When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water. How it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original, a poem. I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling, my crummy days as a cookie. After that, the rest of it just seemed to fall into place. I wrote and wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha, I said when I was finished. I couldn't sleep that night. But it wasn't because I was worried. It's because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart. The following day, Mrs. Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we'd created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. All the sprinkles going on the cupcakes. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such a different thing. Finally, Mrs. Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to say anything? Would you like to share anything? She said. Gulp. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under pressure. But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking and my mouth went dry. This poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking. And then I read it aloud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I never, ever forgot it. Mrs. Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written a poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it. I created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha, I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Mrs. Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand and ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come easy for me, but now I know you can be smart in many ways, in different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things. Find out who you are and what you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas. And I found plenty of other things that I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part, there's always more to learn. Because we're all smart cookies. I think that's the end. That was a pretty good book. So, what'd you think? Who likes to write poems? That's pretty good. I try.